Tractors that many people wait for. The heaviest class we have in the national circuit, John D. Thompson out of Marshall, Illinois. John's tractor's been an Indy Super Bowl champion in the past. He's been right up in there. Strong contender. Here he goes. He's got a good one going. Look at the front end, just picking it and carrying it. At that 150-foot mark, still digging it to 200. Just bobbing those front wheels on the track. And John D. Thompson, what a run he has to set the sled here in the 12,000-pound super stock class. Great run for John D. Thompson.
Once again with James Ray up here in Indiana. James Ray, please report to our announcers table. James Ray, if you're in the Coliseum, please report to our announcers table, please. On deck, Harold Wilson with an ACD-21. Jerry Hart, ladies and gentlemen, in the hole. Jerry Hart, your defending national champion. This is going to be one good 12,000 super stock class.
And they're strong contender. Here he goes. He's got a good one going. Look at the
welcome you.
This
is our class.
150-foot mark. Okay, we still need 4 more guys to come down here to get their sizes on the red man jacket. Even though they're not here, if you don't come down, red man's still going to send them a jacket. But we would like to come down so we get the correct size. Thank you, Jerry. Appreciate it as we get back to pulling.
All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen, in the 12,000 super stock. We're ready to go. Johnny Thompson bringing it right on down.
Oh, he's going hard. He's looking extremely strong. He's digging and chewing, going hard. Oh, and blows off the smoke tube. Oh, really putting out the pressure, and he blows the smoke tube right out of the catcher. Wow, what a run for John D. Thompson. And Ed, here's a guy that has been pulling tractors for many, many years and really loves the sport. You talk about a guy involved in agriculture. Here's one of the guys that really likes to farm and does a great job at farming.
Johnny Thompson will pick it up on the instant replay. Whale of a run, 222 feet. Here we go. Instant replay coming right down
Johnny
the track.
Thompson.
Balance real good at the front. Hits the right brake just a tad, but no problems at all. And there we blow that smoke tube right off of there. John Thompson, as he sets the pace at 222 feet, as we open up the 12,000 super stock class. Harold Wilson. All right, let's do it for Harold Wilson. All the yellow tower people, this is our turn. Ladies and gentlemen, Harold Wilson. Watch him run. Good looking run. Right straight down the middle of that track. Oh, hang on to her, Harold. He's got her steaming, but looking good. Oh, my. Lights come on. Good looking track. Harold Wilson. He would like to have been farther down the track, but I think he'll take that run. Brings up your defending national champion.
Coming out, going hard. You can see really smoking from underneath the hood. And then it comes to rest at the 164-foot mark. What happened?
J.J. Brom just talked with J.J. Chapter official, and he said this entire engine has locked up. Mabel needs to tow this.
He's thirsty for that first win. All the times he's been in the winner's circle, I can't right now pick out when he might have been at number 1 at Indy Super. Jerry Hart, the barnstormer. He's gone hard. Green flag is out for him. He's going right down the center of the track. Oh, he's looking extremely strong, just carrying that front end. He's at 200. He's looking really good, and looks like he's awful close.
Wow. Now, Les, I have to change my story a little bit. If Jerry Hart doesn't go out, then that means maybe maybe the odds of a pull-off get slimmer at this point. Now, I still think we had a chance of somebody going out, but I had it figured Jerry Hart would be out of here.
Okay, let's wait for the distance to come up on the board. There it is, 2:33 even. 2:33 even, 1 foot short.
I missed it by a foot.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give him a good hand. Jerry Hart, the guy from Ohio.
And I'll tell you, Les, we're proud of him. Bobby Byram. Here we go. Instant replay. Take a look at this, Brad. This is how the champion does it. The defending national champ, Jerry Hart, farmer from Vandalia, Ohio, had the tire speed right down the middle. No squirreling at all.
And he get over there to the left side of the track. You can see at one moment he braked. If he had not had to brake, possibly he could have slid it out.
Good point. Maybe
only 1 foot difference.
1 foot. And like you said,
there he goes, Bobby Byram, the international 1066.
All right, Bobby, tighten that chain. Let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can roll this thing out to the end. And you just might as well figure to get ahead of Jerry Hart, that's what you're going to have to do. I mean, what's another foot? That's what Jerry's saying. Why couldn't I have had another foot?
And another foot many times has cost $1,000.
Oh, easy, Les.
Cost $1,000 many times. Here he goes. He calls it the country roads. Bobby Byram. These super stock tractors are a handful to drive. The engine's powered by all that air going into them through the exhaust-driven turbochargers. In order to get those turbochargers to push in air, you got to get the RPM.
All right, Bobby goes.
He's got a good run coming out with the country roads. He's hopping and jumping, really getting into a bounce, front in the air, going hard, trying for that 234-foot mark. He's awful close, ending up short, spinning out just past the 200-foot mark.
Bobby Byram. Oh. Hauling the mail. Johnny Lancaster, been here many times. On deck. 12,000 super stock competition.
Bobby Byram out of Suffolk, Virginia. How many people do we have here from Virginia? Anybody here from Virginia?
Oh, yes, we got some people from Virginia. You, welcome. Here we go. 2:14 and 6 for Bobby Byram.
We get ready to look at the replay. Here it comes. Bobby Byram finishing out at 2:14. You can see at that 75 to 100 foot mark. Getting a little rough ride, hopping and jumping, really fighting those brakes, but then straightens it out. Back towards the right side of the track, spinning out.
All right, we've got people back in the pit area, Les.
John Lancaster, Al Cook, Norm Green, the first guys to play this setup. Great driver, John Lancaster.
Come on, Johnny.
Jumper, Indiana. AC 210. He's going hard. AC fans, this could be it. He's digging and chewing. He's going to the left side of the track. He's going to be awful close to that full ball mark. Let's take a look at it.
Oh, you Alan Chopper people, let's come alive. Oh, my. Hey, Johnny Lancaster jumping on it with his AC 210. That came off the assembly line in about late 60s. The late 60s.
Okay, we got an announcement, Ed.
All right, go ahead, Les.
We got a car parked underneath the grandstand. Has a license on it by the name of Jackson. And if that's your car, they would like to see you there. You may have a problem, or somebody may have a problem with your car.
All right.
So if you have a license plate on your car, it's called Jackson. You better get out there.
Yes, Jackson.
Jackson.
You better.
Are you Jackson? Great.
All right, here we go.
They said the tow truck's sitting there, and it will be moving very soon if you don't get there. It is on the replay.
We go. Johnny Lancaster right straight down. I mean, tire speed looks excellent. Had to hit the brake, hit the right brake. Might have cost him footage, but he has moved into second place in this class. Johnny Lancaster at 2, 3, 0, and 1. Brings up Johnny Cluck, former Knights of
the fine line between the brake and the throttle. Watch his hand go down as he opens up the throttle and see how soon after that he starts to leave the brakes off. He holds the brakes on, opens the throttle to build turbo pressure. He's coming out hard. John Cluck, the Red Baron, he's going extremely hard, having a good run. Front end just in the air, just bobbing.
Oh, John, hold it down. Hold it down, Johnny.
And he's out there.
He's all right. He got her stopped. He got it stopped. John is fine. And his drawbar broke, Les. Les. It broke loose. It wasn't the chain. It was the drawbar that broke. John is fine. He got it stopped. No problems. And when we tell you to stay clear of that runway, and I think, Les, he had so much momentum gone that the kill switch worked. He was just moving. There was not much momentum before he could get her stopped.
Wow. Let's give him a good hand. Johnny Barrett. Tough break for him. Everything is okay. I'll tell you, Ed, that must give you quite a feeling. One thing you can say, crossed the finish line faster than anybody else so far this weekend. Here it is on the instant replay. Watch it. Down about the 75-foot mark, and it doesn't even take any by it. Hops and jumps this. All of a sudden, he breaks away from the sled, and he just lets it actually coast right out the end. That's all he left to do. He needs D21. Green flag is out as he starts to wind it up. He's going hard. He has to get it down there and get past Jerry Hart's distance of 2:33 if he wants to move up into the number one spot. AC fans, look at this. He's looking extremely strong, really strong as he spins out short of that 233-foot mark. But Ed, he has to be well pleased with that distance. Now, John Lancaster currently setting number 2 at 230 feet, and John Thompson number 3 at 222. We'll have to wait for the distance for Max Simpson to see where he places in the lineup right now. Not enough to get it out the end to get in the lead, but a real strong run.
219.11, Les. 219.11 if you're keeping score with us. That's good enough for fourth place. Johnny Klug. I got so excited, never gave the distance. 169.2. Here's the instant replay. Les, call it out.
There it is. You can see front end of the air. He starts to work over towards the left side of the track, and at the point about the 150, 200-foot mark, he was really breaking to the left, but a good job at driving. Shoots right for the left corner.
Here we up, ladies and gentlemen. South Charleston, Ohio's Danny Dean.
There he goes. He's got a nice one underway. Picking the front end. Beautiful weight job as he goes down through, maybe just a little high at that point. Getting awful close to the left side of the track. No, sir. Not enough tonight.
Not
Good
tonight.
run for Danny Dean, but not enough to move it out into number 1. He ends up, and you can see it on the screen, he's about, a foot and a half off of the white line.
Well, you know, I kind of get into these super stocks. Les used to drive the modified. I didn't think, Les, when he came by the 100-foot mark, didn't think he had quite the momentum that we normally see Danny Dean when he's winning. Now, a whale of a run, but not quite.
Well, you know, the first tractor I drove in competition was an International 1456.
Really?
International 966.
Oh, my.
211 feet, 1 inch for Danny Dean. Here's the rerun. Watch him. He comes out very smooth, breaks him loose, really starts turning about 10 to 15 feet out, picks up the front end, and right about the 100-foot mark, really goes to the left side of the track. You can see him fighting to break, but an excellent job of driving. He knew his limitations. He really didn't back out of it, break it too hard, but we see a lot of smoke and steam coming out the front of that tractor after
D21.
Al Cook. Al's been a past Grand National Point champion, past Superstock Fool of the Year, but I can't find if he was I don't believe he was a past Indy champion.
So.
I don't think he ever got that number 1 spot.
Close.
And this would be a great time to get it. Here he goes, Al Cook, front in the air. He's looking really good. The Ellis Cowboy, 150, 200. He's still looking good, AC fans. Maybe just a little short.
Whale of a run.
He had the AC fans on their feet for just a moment.
Whale of a run.
He was looking extremely strong. And Ed, look at the dirt here after the pan crosses over the track. See how that dirt is really just smashed down tight and sort of peeled up. There's that much friction there. It's really peeling the dirt as the pan crosses over the top.
So what you're saying, Les, is that this thing is tough sledding.
Tough sledding. Good point.
When you tear up that much, if it's just going to slide over the top, look at this. Here it is, flashed up, 221 feet, 8 inches. I like those monitors. We've had more video in this event than we've ever had. And for Les and I to be calling out the instant replay, we're doing that for the television people and for the video that's being taken so that you can purchase a videotape and take this back. Here we go. Al Cook with the instant replay, 2:21.8. Let's follow it through.
Here he goes. Okay, starts to pick up the front end and carries it from about 75 to 150 and right down to the 200-foot mark. Still carrying the front end until he spins out. In fact, he picked it up at 75 foot, never left it set down again until he spun out. Great run for Al Cook. Let's give the Alice Cowboy, the AC man, Al Cook. But he has had some fantastic runs out of the International 986. International 986 of Jerry Van Dorks out of Charlotte, Michigan. And right now he would like to get into the winner's circle here at the Indy Super Bowl with this tractor. And I think this is one of the guys that came so close and has not made it to that number one position. 233 feet, the distance he has to beat. Jerry Hart still the guy to get here in the class. He comes out hard, not picking that front end up. He'll still hopping and jumping, still not picking the front end up. Oh, water, oil, everything out over the front of that hood, still pulling the water and oil out. And tough break for Jerry Hart. You can see at about the 125, 150 foot mark edge, you can see it coming out, the water just boiling out over the top of the hood. Something on the inside. Now somewhere there was some pressure going from the compression side of that engine back through the water system. You'd almost think head gasket, O-ring, something someplace left loose, that all that pressure that those turbochargers were pushing into the engine was going by a seal someplace or a head gasket and pushing that water right out the radiator. Here it is on the rerun, Ed.
Here it is. We're going to see when that comes out. Looks like old creek water coming out of that top of that radiator.
75 feet, still not coming. There it came. Just as he crossed the 100-foot mark, you can see it coming out to the side. And really tough to see unless you were standing right here on this side of the track. It had a tough time. How many are ready for the trucks to run?
Hey. Bring on them semis. We're going to do it.
Here he goes. Joe Kleinkowski starts to wind up the big international binder. He's got a good run. Just started to pick that front end. Oh, he has some good speed in. This could be one of the guys to do it. He's going hard, pushing water out over the hood. Also pushing water out over the side of the hood. Tough break for Joe Kleinkowski. Now, interesting. Two in a row. Two internationals in a row. Both of them pushing a lot of water out over the right side of the front of the hood. Tough break for Joe Kleinkowski. That now brings us down to two more to hook and run here in the 12,000-pound super stock class. On the instant replay, you can see coming out at about the 75-foot mark, starts to pick up the front end and has a really well weighted as this balance in the front end on those back tires, but shut down as Ron Rickman throws up the red flag because of all the water coming out over the side of the hood.
Hey, Russell.
Russell's busy. He's out there directing traffic. Here is a guy that can do it.
Jerry Hart's on top, 233. Van Dillion still out in front. J. Hart Meredith out of White Mills, Maryland. International 1066. 233 feet is the distance to beat. To move the AC off the number 2 position, they'd have to pass the 230-foot 1-inch mark. Here he goes, J. Hart Meredith. He's gone hard, digging in and chewing. Going hard. He's got a good run going. He's looking strong. Still going 200. Gone. Oh! Awful close. Wow.
I'm not sure. I think AC
now
looking awful good.
He says John Lancaster, he loses his bet if we went better than 230.1, right?
230 feet 1 inch. Of course,
J. Howard Meredith.
We got another one to go yet, though.
Is this it?
Bob Thompson back there, 227 feet.
6.
One more to go yet.
That's right. 227.6. We're down to 1.
Saved by 3 feet.
That's
good as a mile, he said.
That's right. Oh, down to 1. Your buddy's starting to sweat, the little fellas. Help him out.
You want to raise it to 10? Is that what they're saying? You want to up the wager to $10? Here he goes, J. Howard Barrett. He's going hard. Up to 10. You want to go up to 10? Going hard. He's got a good run going. They say they want to raise it up to $10. You want to go to 10? Gone. You want to go to 10? Get your money out. They say take it up.
There's a buddy down here that's got $15 on the table saying that you will knock John Lancaster out of second place. Another $15 on the table saying that John Lancaster will hang on with this Alice Chalmers. And I mean, this guy is ready. Bob Thompson, are you ready? Let's see what happens.
Here he goes. It's looking like a good run. Oh, he is looking strong. He's really looking good. He's going. He's digging. He's chewing. It's going to be awful close. It is going to be close to that 230-foot 1-inch mark. We're going to have to wait.
Don't you go clapping too soon, little guy. I mean, it's close. The green light is on. Let's see who won the $30.
What the AC of John Lancaster's at. There it is, 225. AC. AC hangs on to number 2. Thank you guys for making it interesting.
All right, a lot of fun.
Yeah. Let's give these guys up here a good hand. They made it interesting for everyone, and the little guy down front here. Let's give both a good hand. He's chewing. It's going to be
he'll buy the pizza, guys. Let him buy the pizza.
Yeah, he's buying the pizza tonight.